Good morning to you all. How are you doing? How has your day been? Let me say this first before we commence our lesson for today. I'm so proud of those of you that sent your game to YouTube. I'm so proud of you. I saw your games. I was amazed and I was proud of you guys. Please just keep up the good works, okay? And don't forget, as you are sending your work to YouTube, inform your friend that they should see what you've done. Inform them about what you've done and let them have fun. Don't be the only one to enjoy what you are doing. Just share with your friend so that they can see your level of mastering skill and your IT skill too. Just inform your friend, okay? I'm proud of you. And for those of you that have not sent yours, you still have time. Please, Mr. Anwar wants you to send it. Please do send it so that I can view and score you as well before we move to the next stage. Today we shall continue with our lesson, and today I'll be teaching you how to build a track and field game. Track and field game. That's what I'll be teaching you today. How to run a programming on track and field game. That is running track and field game. That's what we'll be doing today. So without wasting time, I want you to do this as well. Send it to YouTube. And in fact, you can build your own game. I've taught you how to run code. I've taught you programming. So start building your own game. Even the one that I've not explained. Be creative on your own and create your own game. Thank you very much. Let's start. First thing, you click on start, then you go to your scratch, click on scratch. After clicking on your scratch, you come to this side and maximize it. Now we want to build a track and field game. We don't need to remove this card because this is what we want to use for today. So the first thing I will do is to click on my backdrop. Go to your backdrop, click here, move down to your choose backdrop from library. Then I will look for a background, a track and field background. That's what I need. I can simply scroll down. It's still loading. I will scroll down. Yeah, I have track here. So click on this particular button, this backdrop, while you click on your OK. After clicking on your OK, bring the card to the back, and I will create two cards there. But before doing that, let us create a code for this card first. Now, if I want to create my code for this card, the first thing I will just have to put in there is to go to my event. When flag clicked, what should happen? When flag clicked, what should happen? So that is the first thing that I'm going to put there. When flag click, what should happen? Now, what should happen to this is I will have to go to motion, then I will bring in, go to X and Y. I will make this first cut to have something like let's give it like, let's say let's give it like minus 200, minus 200. Then right here I can click this and say let's give it like 60. Let's give it 60. Yeah. Then you bring it in here, click them together. After clipping, the next thing you're going to do here is to create the finish line. And for me to create my finish line here, we have to do that under my paint new script, paint new sprite, paint new sprite. This is my paint new sprite. I'll click on that. Immediately after clicking on it, I will draw a straight line here. I will click on my line, give it a color first, choose your color first. I want color yellow. I can increase the width of that line. I want it to be thick. Then I'll move down to my line, click on line, draw your straight line here. I'll draw my straight line. You can hold down your shift key on your keyboard to get a perfect straight line. I will draw my line. So my line is here. I can simply drag it while I drop it here. I can drop it there. I can erase those particular parts that look too long. Click on eraser while you erase some part of it. Yeah, of it. You erase it. You erase because you don't need that part. So after erasing, I think it's okay in that form. I can simply come down here and drag it. It should stop here. Immediately after doing that, look at the next thing I will do. I will move down to my cart. Click on the first cart. Now look at what I'm going to do here. The next thing I will do is to continue with my script, which is my code. I'll click on my code. Then I'll move down to events. When I press space bar, key pressed on my keyboard, when I press space bar, I will click on motion. After clicking on my motion, I move 5 steps. That I want it to move 5 steps. 5 steps. Click on this, then give it 5 steps. Drag it up and drop it in here. After dropping it there, look at the next thing that you're going to do. The next thing you're going to do is to move down to your control. If I'll bring in if then, I'll clip it in there. After creating my if, then I'll go to sensing. Under my sensing, I'll bring in my touching. I'll bring in my touching. While I drag it in, then I'll click on this particular button. I will click on my button right here. I will click on my button right here. Then I'll give it sprite 2. Sprite 2. You click on your sprite 2. While you bring it in, I'll bring it in and drop it in here. So it will now be when space key pressed, move 5 steps. If then sprite 2. Sprite 2 should do what? Sprite 2 should say Sprite 2 should say I can go to look. Sprite 2 should say I won. Let me just type something like I won. I won. Then I will drag it in here while I can type anything that you want there and drop it in here. Immediately after dropping it, let us see the way it's going to look like. So you can see the way it looks like. It's running up. It's running up. So I can simply drop it here. I still need to put another effect in there. So it should be here. That should be here. By the time I click on my space bar, you can see the way it's moving. It's moving. But it's a 2-man game. I want to build a 2-man game. So I will need another card. I will go to my sprite from library. Click on your sprite from library. You will have to click in. You wait patiently for it to load. Still loading. You can see that it's still loading. Yeah, it's done. So I will drag it down. You will have to drag it down. I'll click on this second card. While I click on OK, I'll bring it in there. Now I want to change the look of this card. I will go to my costumes. While I give it color, I'll move down to my paint bucket, color field. Click on your color paint bucket. I want to give it color blue. I'll click on my color blue. While I give it color, just click inside the yellow color to change it to this. I can click on this as well, change the color, move back to then I'll give it color blue. Avoid clicking on the line, is the field that we want. Color. You will have to doing that. Click on the first sprite. Now you drag this to the back. Now immediately after dragging it to the back, look at the next thing that I'll do there. The next thing is to give this a code too. So I'll move down to my script. I'll click on it, script. Now the first thing that I will just have to do, I can click on this first. I don't want to stress myself typing. I'll just right click on this code. Then you say duplicate. what did I call it? Duplicate. Click on your duplicate. Then you drag it. Don't click it. I'm not clicking. Just move it gently. Once it's in front of the second cart, once you have it in front of the second cart, that is when you click. So it's inside. Let's click and see it. So it's there. Exactly. So I can move it downward. I have it there. Now the next thing that I will do, because they are in different position, the next thing I will do there is to move down to my event. When flag clicked, motion. When flag clicked, go to X and Y. Then I can change this to minus 200 as well. Minus 200. Minus 200. Then this other side, I can change it to, let's say, minus 45. Let's give it minus 45. Minus 45, not 45. Minus 45. Yeah. So I'll drag it and drop it here. So let's start and enjoy. I can change this. I don't want them to say the same thing. I want them to say different thing. I can say, okay, I finished. I finished the race. I finished the race. You can type your own. You can type your own word there. I finished the race. So I can just see the way it looks like by clicking on flag. Then I'll start enjoying my game. Oops, I cannot be using two key. I have to change this. Since the first one is space, the second one will have to be another key. I can click on this drop down, then I can give you something like arrow key. Yes. So because it's a two-man game, your friends too can play. You can play with your friend. So I'll just move down here and I'll start enjoying my game. Pop, 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 pop. Oops. Pop up. So I can start enjoying my game. I can just move down here and start enjoying my game. Let's see who is gonna win. Oh, move, 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 move. So that is how to, so he won. So that is the winner of the game. Can you see? So you can have fun, build your own game, and send to YouTube. I want to see this game on YouTube. And give me the opportunity to say this, please. Build a football game. For those of you that are professional already in Scratch, build a football game and send it to YouTube. And don't forget to send the link to my WhatsApp page. Send the link to my WhatsApp number so that I can check your work on YouTube. And inform your friend also to like your game on YouTube so that everybody in the world will recognize you, that you are a guru. Exactly. Thank you very much. I love you. God bless you. Bye bye. Thanks.